Chuggalos, welcome back to day 3 of the 2024 Brew Crew Podcast Advent Calendar Blowout Extravaganza, whatever you want to call it. It's just amazing things going on over here. Another audio check, so now I brought in the mic, so the headset is just for canceling. Oh, everything is going well. I am elated. 3 days into this, a mothership episode into this, the amount of feedback, the amount of conversation it's driving, the amount of gimmicks that Stev and Chuggalo Stev and Chuggalo Mikey are both employing into they're pushing the envelope. They're making me want to do better. They're making me want to raise the bar, so to speak. And I'm just excited. I'm elated because not only is it day 3, but it's probably my favorite brewer on average of the last couple of years since I've discovered them. 450 North with their excellent Slushy, and this is something we're going to get into with talking about 450. I love how it shows up on the camera. This is a double XL, so they have single XLs, and then double XLs, and then triple XLs, and we can see this is boysenberry, an underutilized fruit, plum, very underutilized, and raspberry, which is just in the right amount. I dig me some raspberry. I would hope that more and more people get away from peaches, get away from those autumnal fruits, and get more into the citrus or the sweet or the berry bushes, or like obviously cranberries are my favorite fruit, far and away the best. Then cherries and stuff, but like more redder is better. I gotta think if that, like apples and stuff aside, but as with all 450 beers, the important thing is to roll them because they stock up on the bottom. And there's a couple of Advent Calendar participants that have already cracked into their beers. A couple of them have told me that they're trying to get ahead of it. With the holidays, everyone's traveling. One of the couples, Chuggalo, Katie, her soon-to-be husband is going on a day trip, so they're trying to we'll drink 2 days ahead, and then we'll let them stack, and then we'll be 2 days behind when you get back. Just fantastic. Other people are going to use a glass. That's their gimmick. I love it. It already comes in a can. I'm just, if nothing, efficient, and I'm trying to limit the amount of dishes that I have to do. If you track, last year my beer of the year was a 450. I'm pretty sure a Taco Party. And that's something, if I go to their website, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. Initial reaction, this is bomb.com stuff. And outshout to both Chuggalos Sarah and Chuggalos Matt from the Barrel House that have been watching, have been getting little pointers and tips. The spiced beer, we heard you on the spiced beer, Sarah, so thank you for that. Matt's been watching along all of the episodes. Amazing feedback and commentary. There is feedback. The UPC code on the shorties that we've been talking about. This is the first can that we've had, but the shorties, that's been solved. I'm going to spoil that on a later day. I'm going to wait for JT, but if the UPC isn't working, there's a reason why, and I'll get to that at a later episode. So thank you, Chuggalo the Better Matt. I'm going to call him Chuggalo Better Matt. Chuggalo Better Matt for spoiling or telling me what the UPC caps meant. You guys are, all the Chuggalos, all the people listening, all the people that want to know about crypto that have been commenting on my videos, why I look semi-homeless. I just got done working out, and what better way to satiate the palate, a little thirsty, a little bit parched, than with a 450 beer. This is probably the most aptly named beer that I've had in a long time. This is excellent. I don't think it pours yellow. Boysenberry, plum, and raspberry. It just has yellow. I know it's a play on The Simpsons. You can tell with the font. I can't turn it sideways now. But let's go to some website. We'll get my ugly mug off, and we'll go to some website. We're recording this on December 3rd, and that's going to be one of my biggest feedback things that I want to talk about today. Is it's December 3rd, so their webmaster is a little bit behind, but a Black Friday sale, that would have been great. buy 6 or more 4-packs, get 20% off. And if you've been a long time or a short time Chuggalo, the price point on 450 is quite aggressive. Your 4-pack of pint cans is anywhere from $23 to $40. Sorry, Stacy. The apparel, I wish I would have known about that. I would have bought that. Interested in working there? Hell yes. 450 North for people that haven't listened, because we seem to at least have a 450 North. We've tapered off in the last quarter, but at least once a month, just because we love them, and they're such a prolific brewer that we want to help each other out and kind of share some of the burden. They're in Columbus, Indiana, which is southeast of Indianapolis, I believe by an hour or 45 minutes. JT has been there. So look forward to his review, and I believe he'll do it with Chuggalos Phil later tonight. So we're gonna go to beer releases. This is my first hallmark. I'm like, all right, like look at sorry, just jumped around there. The wrong one. Okay, there we go. The most recent update on their beer release. Like, this is awesome infographics. Like, I was like, okay, now I can look up where I could get Taco Party, which is my beer of the year. They last updated this in June of 2023. That's a real shame. Like, and look how prolific they were up until they stopped doing this. I mean, multiple beers a month. This must be a rather large facility. JT has described it as such. Again, that's completely unfortunate that they haven't updated that. Here is where to buy, because I know there's Chuggalos all over the place. Look at that. You can get it in my stomping grounds of Wisconsin and Minnesota. The flyover states not very well represented, but the interesting thing, you can get in Hawaii. And then it has the distributors. So it's important in a lot of states to know who's the distributor in your area and where that good product is coming from. In Ohio, it's 6th City Distribution. And in Wisconsin and Minnesota, it's Pequod. So I have a couple of friends that work for Pequod. But a pretty wide distribution, a lot more surprising than what I thought. You can get it most any place in Ohio. It might not be as widely proliferated in Minnesota and Wisconsin. And again, libations, this might be more typical of what's available right now. Unfortunately, there's no excellent, so I'm going to have to go track this down. And I'm going to let Mikey do the Untapped. So Mikey does a fantastic job of doing the Untapped. So I'm halfway done with this. This is crushable. It's not overly sweet. It comes in at 5.3%, which is right in their sweet spot with 450 and their smoothie sours. It's interesting that it's a double XL. I don't get that much body, that much volume or coat on the palate, but that's a positive, and that's going to be reflected in my score. Taco Party persisted more in the palate. Like, I almost feel like I'm getting like the pits or the seeds from the boysenberries and raspberry. And I'll be honest with you, I don't know if you put like 3 fruits, and I did a blind taste test, if I could pick out a plum. I could draw a plum. I'm familiar with a plum, but mainly as far as drinks, plum brandy is probably the most common one, which it's not, you can't taste it. No one goes, you know what, this plum is excellent in this plum brandy. Wow. I'm going to have to send an out shout to my friends down at Barrel House to see if they have more of this, because this is going to be something I want to keep at all times. This is a Saturday morning eggs and bacon beer for me. I'm sad to know that my best friend is going to not like this beer, because I get super excited. This is not me turned up to 10. This is just me genuinely enjoying this beer. I have a fridge full of 450 North, their banana, their king cake, a couple other banana beers or whatever, and none of them, their Donut, which is another Simpsons inspired beer. All of them are good on the 450 scale. All of them would be widely praised in any other brewer's capability, maybe outside of like a Drecker or a brewing project. This beer, though, stands on its own, and it's, again, I'm making calls, I'm sending messages. I'm going to see where I can buy this up, because I believe last year I bought 4 or 5 4-packs of Taco Party. This is right there off the top rope. This is a 5+. If you've listened to Phil's episode and he's going intense, this would be a 5.1. This is, again, just I'm salivating for more of this, and knowing that I only have a third of a can left makes me sad. If any of the Chuggalos don't like it or drain pour it, I'm going to be very sad. That boysenberry and that raspberry are just two pairings by themselves. I'm not sure what the plum is doing. I'm not going to detract it. Maybe there's it's Lining Kugel's Honey Weiss, and it's a gimmick. People are like, oh, I wish there was more plum beers. I don't know if this imparts plum. There's other people I'm looking at, like a Spill or a Chuggalo Aaron, that have a much more refined palate. Chuggalo Aaron doesn't care for sours either. Maybe I just call him up. I want him to be able to enjoy it, but maybe he will crack it when I'm around, and because I know that him and his lovely bride will turn their nose up to it. Again, absolutely elated just with how all of this is going. And again, thanks for the feedback. I could bloviate all afternoon long, but people seem to be really receptive to the shorter episodes, especially when there's just one of us characters in the episodes. So kudos on all the gimmicks that are going out there. I've watched everything so far. I keep intending to, and the one thing, hopefully I can bring this up. If not, I would have to. Let's see if I can add a window capture here. There we go. Look at that. Oh, I'll figure it out for next time, because I'm still up. I have the spreadsheet where I'm going to keep track of everyone's scores as they give them to me. So, and I can give this data to JT and have him obviously extrapolate it. Oh, it may have been up. I couldn't tell; it didn't come up on my screen. But then that's just a failed gimmick. But I have everyone's data and score up because I've been watching the videos. Again, 5 off the top rope, 5 all day long. Even as I embark on my weight loss journey, it'd be hard pressed if somebody cracked this for me to be like, you know what, I'm not going to have it. But these are my single beers of the day, besides the Mothership episode, and possibly besides December 14th. So good day to you wherever you are. Thanks for tuning in. Keep checking out all the videos, and until then, cheers.